J'essaie de faire quoi. On va encore se déchirer le bide. Bah sinon tu prends qu'une ou deux parts quoi. Ne prendre qu'une ou deux parts, il y a du fromage. Oui, fais-toi déchirer le bide. Je fais la même. Oui, alors ce soir, je vais vous proposer une raclette, sauf que vous n'aurez droit qu'à une demi-tranche de jambon blanc, une petite patate grenaille et un quart de tranchette de fromage. La raclette, c'est à volonté. La raclette, tu doubles ton poids quand tu la manges. C'est le mec qui passe à la règle complètement. Ah putain. Non, mais les raclettes fondues tartiflette, tu te fais exploser le bide à chaque fois. C'est fait pour ça, on va dire. Si tu voulais manger qu'un peu, tu te prends ta petite salade de radis, puis c'est tout, quoi. Mais tu prends pas une raclette en disant « Oh, je vais manger qu'un petit peu ». Non, mec. À quel moment? À quel moment?
His skin is of a bright blood red color. Could he be?
Oui, c'est une tache là.
It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep.
Il est dur ce jeu. Je l'ai mis en mode histoire, comme ça je me casse pas le cul, en fait je profite simplement du jeu. Et je me tape pas des combats pendant 3h30. Eh ben alors, y a pas un compte à régler? Non mais ça je m'en fous parce que je veux qu'il se ramène avec moi. Mais y a pas le fait, eh ben alors, on faisait le Grand Prince, mais on est aussi sur un truc échoué comme un débile, hein? Et pas tout seul. Comme quoi la couronne, t'as dû la poser pour nager. Accessoirement, j'ai de meilleurs fringues que toi, parce que j'ai été looter les cadavres.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Deux charbons ardents. Je vais juste poser ma capuche, le lézard il va dire « Ah ouais, ah merde, putain, c'est un nécron le truc. Au secours, je me chie dessus. »
I did survive, yes. And chances are I wouldn't have, had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hole.
Ah, il se souvient quand même que c'est moi qui lui ai sauvé le cul. Tu es déjà allé dans l'espèce de phare? Non, pas encore.
You have my gratitude.
Eh ben c'est bien, et du coup tes dents, elles ont quelle gueule? Parce qu'il m'avait regardé les dents en fait, quand je l'ai croisé la première fois, il m'a regardé les dents comme une espèce de vieux cheval tout pourri là. J'étais ah mais t'es cru pourquoi là? Je vais te bouffer le doigt moi. Clink.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Ouais. J'ai pas l'habitude de laisser les gens dans la merde, non, effectivement. Je vais le jouer comme ça, tiens. Ça a beau être un nécron, c'est un nécron qui a quand même un peu de gentillesse, voilà. En revanche, ceux qui me font chier, ou les elfes... Voilà. Je l'apprécie pas, lui. Pas trop, non. C'est pas... Voilà, il fait très très hautain. C'est-à-dire que le mec, il fait partie d'une lignée royale, il te le fait savoir. Très fort. très très fort. Alors que mon perso, tu sais, il s'en fout. Ça fait, il a piqué son roupillon des milliards d'années avant que ça arrive. Tu sais, il s'en fout. Les autres ils les regardent, mais en fait, vous êtes apparu le temps que j'éternue, quoi. D'accord, mais vous savez que vous allez mourir le temps que je finisse de jeter mon mouchoir, en fait. Vous le savez, hein, n'est-ce pas? C'est un peu ça. Donc bon, tu peux bien essayer de me cracher dessus. Tu sais, je m'en lave un peu les mains, quoi. Toujours se laver les mains. Après, c'est de fait cracher dessus. Enfin, du coup, vous l'avez aussi là où ça a été craché, quoi, pour les cons. Non, mais c'est cool d'avoir pu aider, que ce soit toi ou d'autres gens plus utiles. Genre le nain. Ou l'humain. Franchement, s'il y a deux autres gugus que je ramène, c'est le nain et l'humain. Le nain, parce que j'ai hésité entre le père nécron ou le nain pirate. J'ai hésité à prendre un des deux. Bonnie m'a dit qu'il fallait pas jouer les nains parce que c'était la race pourrie c'était la race de salopards du jeu. Moi j'aime bien les nains, donc voilà. C'était un nain pirate, je trouvais ça classe. Et puis moi, voilà. Je supporte. Alors en revanche, je trouve les elfes absolument dégueulasses, visuellement, physiquement parlant. Je les trouve absolument dégueulasses dans le jeu. Ils sont très très grands, ils sont émaciés, ils sont vraiment laids. Hein. Oh putain, quelle saloperie. Je connais, t'inquiète pas. Ah putain, ah bah oui, c'est vrai, je suis con, tu m'as dit que t'avais fait le jeu. Voilà, bah les nains. Oh, les elfes. Voilà. Donc non, je vais voir si je peux pas le ramener, le lézard, là, avec moi. Au pire, il me servira de bouclier, hein, je m'en fous. Mais si je peux pas, j'aimerais bien ramener le nain et l'homme, et l'humain avec moi. Quoique, je crois qu'on a une humaine aussi. Mais l'humaine, elle a l'air vachement schizo sur les bords, donc est possédée par une espèce d'esprit chelou. Donc je suis pas sûr que ce soit le plus safe à garder avec nous, ça. Du coup, ça va être nain, humain, et après, sans doute le mec là, ou alors je verrai ce que je croise de plus, quoi. Mais dans la sélection des persos aussi, il y avait un truc que j'ai trouvé très classe. C'était le lézard mort-vivant. Le lézard squelette, franchement, visuellement, ça claque. Surtout, il bouffe des morceaux. Oui, bah, il bouffe des gens, quoi. Il bouffe des gens ou qui soient vivants ou morts, hein, d'ailleurs. Ils sont où les elfes véganes? Dis-toi que chaque perso te donne des quêtes à eux. Ouais, je sais. Chaque perso va avoir son histoire. Mais le nain, ça m'intéresse. De base, le nain m'intéressait beaucoup pour son histoire aussi. Et sa classe. Le nécron, je le trouvais très intéressant aussi. D'ailleurs, le nécron, normalement, il a une coupe à la Elvis Presley. Hein. Qualité. Ah putain, non mais là il a son seau sur la gueule, on le voit pas. Mais normalement le nécron il a une coupe à la Elvis Presley qui est qualitatif. Bon, on va l'embarquer.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we?
Ouais, non, mais t'inquiète, toi tu vas être le perso. Toi tu vas servir de faire valoir en fait. Tu vas être juste le mec pète-couille de base qui va montrer que le reste du groupe est cool. La classe... Non, la classe... Cette classe-là, pas la classe d'armes, etc. Non, je dis la classe. Il est badass, quoi. La classe. Non, après, comme classe de base, j'ai pris chevalier. Ça me semblait pas mal au niveau des trucs, et comme je compte faire un truc plus corps à corps rentre dans l'arc... que Mago, voilà quoi. La pire classe. Oh. Moi je sais pas, je suis plus à l'aise avec ça que balancer des sorts à distance en fait. Et salut Drivok, bienvenue à toi sur le stream. Et du coup, qu'est-ce que tu fous sur ce rocher?
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
Alors non, c'est... Enfin, je me doutais que tu regardais en direction de la mer, hein, du genou. Je me doutais bien que tu comptais pas les petits pois. Mais est-ce que t'attendais quelque chose? Ou est-ce que tu t'essayais d'invoquer Cthulhu? Qu'est-ce que tu faisais, en fait? Après, si tu regardais juste les vagues, ok, bon, soit. Elle est ultra weak. Ah bon, elle est super... Ah merde! Ah
He
putain, bon bah tant
sighs
pis quoi.
dramatically.
Un soupir forcé, ça, te force pas trop non
Tell
plus quoi.
me,
Oui.
what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Sur le bleu des flots, qu'est-ce que je vois? Dire que depuis la nuit dernière, cela vous évoque une étendue infestée de kraken et que vous refusez avec la dernière obstination de vous en approcher. Alors, ça peut faire un choc, mais ça va. Ça fait une semaine qu'on tourne sur la plage, qu'on prend le soleil et tout, ça va. Je pense que l'eau, on a un peu digéré le bignou. Mais ça m'évoque des souvenirs. Vous revoyez enfant, passez vos journées au soleil. Oh nom de Dieu, ouais, ça doit dater de super loin, quoi. Genre la Terre, c'était encore une boule de magma.
Memories. Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire.
Un empire? Empire de l'eau, ok.
I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Au ses épaules, lui dire qu'il y a des gens qui voient des châteaux dans le ciel, alors pourquoi pas dans la mer? Ah bon? Putain, il en prendrait plein la gueule. C'est pour le moins original comme vision, mais pourquoi un empire? Bah le sien en fait, du coup. Sa ville, chez lui. Voilà quoi, ça clash. Ah mais complètement. En même temps, la première fois que je le croise, il me toise, il regarde mes dents comme s'il choisissait un cheval, il me demande d'être son domestique après m'avoir fait passer des tests, et là mais... What? Va se calmer ou je lui bouffe les doigts lui.
Of course it's rather specific. Quite obviously I'm musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Ouais, bah oui, t'as perdu ton empire. Zut alors, bah en même temps t'as fait naufrage, t'as un collier de merde autour du cou, bah... Ça tire à la roquette. Ah, j'ai sorti le 88 là. Hein. Pas de soucis.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Comment ça, offensé?
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Mais oui, si, je sais, bien sûr, je sais qui vous êtes. Oui, pas de soucis, c'est la fille du boulanger. Non mais on va finir par sortir le Gustave en fait, hein, un canon sur rail de 450 mm, et puis voilà quoi, voilà, ça va aller bien là. Non, ça va, j'ai la possibilité d'être érudit, je vais en profiter.
The very same.
Le prince rouge, ok. Et donc, en fait, ça t'avance à quoi
I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World Tamer.
Oh
the
putain,
spouse of
rien
the
de
sun.
ça. Oh là là, mais n'en jetez plus, putain, mais alors... En fait, c'est pas le prince rouge, c'est le melon rouge. Ou le prince melon, au choix. Oh putain, le prince rouge, le conquérant suprême, le maître du monde, le compagnon du soleil. Ouais, mais ça va. Oh non, de Dieu, tu feras gaffe, tu prends tout l'écran avec ton melon, là. On dirait moi. Pardon. Alors techniquement, j'ai vite fait entendu parler de toi dans un truc qui s'appelait le tutoriel. Parce que sinon, en fait, non, ça fait des milliers d'années que je dors, donc ton espèce qui disparaît en un battement de cils, tu vois, je m'en cogne un peu, accessoirement. Donc non, en fait, si, j'ai entendu parler de toi, mais vite fait, quoi, c'est tout.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
Et du coup...
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment.
You don't say. Oui, mais alors complètement en fait, parce que t'as un peu avec des fringues de clodo, avec un collier de prisonnier paumé sur une île. En tant que maître du monde, on a vu mieux quand même. Hein. Largement mieux. Genre même moi avec mon seau sur la gueule, je fais mieux quoi.
The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Tu veux... J'ai aussi des trucs à régler, genre simplement explorer le monde. Récupérer un nain et récupérer un homme. Tu veux te joindre à moi ou... Ou alors sinon c'est, est-ce que tu veux te joindre à moi? On pourrait peut-être t'aider à reconquérir ton trône. Ouais, allez, viens.
Tag along. Do you
La
really
destinée
need to
d'un
compare
empire.
the fate of an empire to whatever foibles you seek to fix?
Alors écoute gamin, je vais te expliquer juste un tout petit truc. Je suis nécron. Nécron-tire. Je suis nécron-tire. Comment t'expliquer que en fait ton empire se résume à un pays grand comme le Liechtenstein. Moi je te parle d'un empire galactique gamin. Qui traverse le temps et l'espace. Et sans tardis. Donc bon... Tes petits tracas de manant de roitelet.
On the other hand,
Oh putain.
I really could do with a dog's body. You've already proved to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship after all. Fine, I accept.
Voilà.
On one condition.
Oh là, qu'est-ce que c'est?
For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer. One of the mystics of my kind.
Ok, si tu veux. Bah écoute, si on en croise un, ouais.
I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company.
Alors écoute, je savais pas qu'il fallait que je cherche un mec de ta race, mais ok. Eh ben écoute, on va... rétorquer que vos préoccupations sont plus importantes que les siennes. BAM. Putain. Tellement moins de lui en foutre dans les gencives à celui-là. Non, 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 non.
Jolly
Promis.
good.
Allez hop. Lui demander sur un tombadin s'il a quelque chose contre les minorités non vivantes.
The undead? Like your good self, you
Ah. Ah merde. Ah bah oui, je suis con, il a regardé mes dents.
Come now, did you really think a handful of linen towels can fool me?
Alors, oui,
Don't
de
worry.
base.
I've studied the arcane arts for years, including necromancy and demonology. I do not hold the petty prejudices of common folks. In fact, I prefer the exceptional in all things. Your secret is safe with me.
Bah, de toute manière, si le secret est pas gardé avec toi, bah, c'est simple, hein. Coup de surin et puis on n'en parle
So,
plus.
now that that's settled, first things first.
Ok.
Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying.
Oui.
As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
C'est habile de ses doigts, les arts ésotériques, on s'en pas la magie. Non, non, mais tu peux rester fidèle à ta
Very
vocation,
well.
y a pas de souci. Hein.
Onwards then to victory or death.
Non, non, c'est la victoire, c'est pas la
The
mort.
Red Prince
Déconne pas.
nods and gives you a
Sinon, je
smile
recharge
that
la
wavers
partie.
ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Entre la courtoisie, le mépris. Putain, mais. Ça va que j'aime la soupe de
Now,
lézard.
as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord.
Je vais juste l'appeler casse-couille. Casse-couille premier.
As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings.
Oh là
Of
là
course,
là
there are
là.
other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Ouais, d'un membre du groupe pour en prendre le contrôle. On est entouré d'un halo doré. Ok. Allez, en avant. Allez hop, en avant. En route pour l'aventure.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
Okay.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
Elle, tu vois, sur le côté, t'as une échelle, tu peux la dodge. XP de ouf, il lui éclater sa gueule après. Ah! Une échelle. Ah, l'échelle qui est là-bas, du coup. Ok. Bon, c'est du dialogue, c'est cool, c'est du lore.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
Oh, cette violence!
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Seuls les dieux ont le droit de reprendre ce qu'ils ont donné. C'est de la cruauté gratuite. Tout à fait. Ça n'est pas en la mutilant qu'il sera possible de savoir si elle dit la vérité ou pas. C'est tout à fait vrai. S'ils cherchent à s'assurer de la docilité de leur magistère, ce genre de spectacle devrait les y aider. Je vais la jouer érudit.
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Ok.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years.
Ben non, au contraire, en fait. Elle a dit justement qu'elle préférait se couper la langue que lui mentir. Donc si elle se coupe la langue, c'est qu'elle te ment pas. Abrutive.
The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Oh, le sprotch.
What a waste.
Bah, en même temps, tu te démerdes, hein, c'est toi qui...
Will be needed elsewhere.
What? Trou de balus.
The lizard magister, or what's left of her, lies in a puddle of gore.
Une démonstration de pouvoir des plus salissantes. Eh bien, un geôlier de moins, quelle tragédie, si seulement j'étais encore en mesure de verser des larmes.
She was a lizard, yet a magister. No matter her reasons, her penalty was fair.
C'est une lézarde, mais elle avait vendu son âme au magistère. Quelle qu'a été ses raisons, la sentence était méritée. Le fauve. Ah yes, il est là. Ah, le nain, il est là.
Oh, you stubborn hunk of garbage.
C'est à moi que tu causes.
The dwarf's fingers clamp around a splintered chunk of wood, nailed to the skeleton of an old ship. His whole body strains with the effort of wrenching the plank free, to no avail.
Eh? Oh, that. Won't be my first or last roll on a lost boat.
Ouais, mais je t'aime bien.
Reckon I might have had a harder time of it without your help, though. Bravery on the high seas is rewarded tenfold in the hall, you know. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got business to attend to.
The dwarf spits into each of his calloused palms and rubs them together, before placing them both back on the plank and pulling.
nail must be charmed or something.
Le clou n'a rien de magique, il lui manque juste un peu d'huile de coude, l'enfoiré. Tu as un coup de main?
Go on then, give it a go.
You grab the plank and pull. The rusted nail pops loose, and the plank promptly crumbles to pieces in your hand.
Ah!
Oh, look at that. Nice of you to finish the job after I loosened her up.
Oui.
He winks and flips a gold coin toward you. It makes a long, high arc, glinting in the sun, and lands squarely in your hand.
For your trouble. No, but I'd hoped to build something with it that would be worth 1,000. Yeah, it were a fool's errand thinking I could make something out of this heap, but I couldn't help myself from trying.
He sucks a finger and holds it up to the wind, testing the breeze.
Winds like these, she would have capsized before she reached the break. Well, on to plan B.
He gives you a wry look, as though deciding whether to trust you.
Aye, was planning to build me a raft and paddle off. I've got business north of here, in a town called Driftwood. Far be it from me to miss an appointment. Why don't we make a deal then? You help me get out of this place, and I'll do the same for you.
Go for it!
He lifts an invisible cap and bows with the grace of a courtier.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. The name's... well, the name's dead and buried. What matters is what they call me. Beast.
Le fauve! Comment t'as eu un nom pareil?
Well, that's quite the story now. Let's save it for a better day. Say when we finally make it off this damn island.
Ok.
Suffice to say, I'd at least be Captain Beast in better times. I'm out of a ship at the moment, though. Even a salty old dog like me's got to sweat on dry land now and then. Anyhow, we're a team now, so the me is not half as important as the us.
Ça me plaît.
Let's get down to brass tacks. Fighting, I mean.
Yeah!
I've been up and down the realm so often it'd make your cabbage spin, and I picked up a few tricks along the way. Truth be told, I've grown fond of crushing and casting. A battle mage, if you like.
Vas-y pour le match de combat, je te laisse faire tes caractéristiques, mec. Éclate-toi.
Then it's settled. Capital. Well, that's that sorted. Onward then. I've got to get out of here, and soon. And I suppose you do too. Ah well, my best mate's son is undead. Nothing to be ashamed of.
Ok.
Now, onward.
Ça me plaît. Alors, Baladir et ça.
Don't you think? You should be happy for greed. Please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not him, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer. You're acting like a madman.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me. If she were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
A flat smile twitches across Balladeer's lips.
She never did like you.
Ok. Oh, de la thune. Et du coup,
The
toi.
man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Murder's a big word. And no. This here's a bed for someone 1,000 times better than that snake. Rest her soul. The love of my life. Gret. She passed in the night. Something in the stomach. Doctor couldn't help her.
He tenderly runs a hand along the coffin's side panel.
If she were here, she'd tell me this plank is crooked. Chastise me for using warped wood on her final bed. Then she'd laugh and kiss me. Just here.
The man holds a hand to his cheek for a moment. He turns from you, lines up another nail, and hammers it into the panel.
Oh, 10 bottles of mead.
Tu voulais pas
1,000 pots of dust.
un mystique là?
50 bottles of tea.
Qu'est-ce qu'il vaut là?
The dwarf slaps his knees and chest until a buoyant rhythm develops and begins to, well, not sing exactly, but chant.
Ok.
They stole me boots and burned me hat, but beast of the sea will come asking for me. They locked me up with a pig and a rat, but beast of the sea will come asking for me. Oh, not bad for being off the top of me head.
He bows to an almost comical depth, then rises and laughs.
Welcome to the joy, my famed friend.
Well, I wasn't feeling so welcome till now. You almost had me dancing.
Un ego surdimensionné? Non, clairement pas, non, ça va.
You got any more songs in you? This savage beast could use some soothing.
Ah, sérieux? Ok, continue.
Well, I got a right good rebel whooper on hand, warning of the barbaric beast. The others, well, it ain't so respectful, but Royal Guards folk on holiday always ate it up.
Gotta admit, I'm tired of hearing the shanties all singing my praises. Let's hear the royalist tune. I bet it dresses me down real good.
One royalist tune coming up. Oh, Macca Smiles, bastard born, the man of life enraged him. A gnashing varmint he became, so Queen Salt then took cage him. A pitiful sight, his inadequate fight, the quivering lump sent out of Queen's sight. Macca Smiles, bastard born, the royal knights upstaged him.
Ha! I knew there'd be some good lines in there. Quivering lump. Too funny to be mad at.
The Royal Guard. They'd sing this while wandering the hinterlands, looking for rebels in the shadows. Was some time ago, of course. Back when you were banished to the Isle of Mists.
Beast looks to the ground for a moment, but just a moment. His cheeks rise and redden, and he roars in laughter.
Those were the days, eh, chum? Well, I've got to get moving. Good to see a friendly face, though. Ain't too many wandering around this glum camp. Not drawing many winning cards of late, but I won't be crying over it. Sailed away from my last island prison scot-free. No reason I can't do it again. You noticed that, eh? Well, I'm a lot of things, but subtle ain't one of them. So, there's some things you ought to know about me. I'm sort of... kinda royalty. I mean, I never wore a crown. Not with diamonds in it, anyway. I once stuck a wreath on my head and... Oh, sorry. I need to stop with that whole tangent thing.
Génial, le nom.
Anyway, let's just get it out there. I'm a bastard. The literal kind. And the other kind. The royals weren't all great with me, and I weren't too great with them. To make an overlong story over short, I started the rebellion and got caught and exiled to an island prison. Like Fort Joy, but 10 times worse. I would have died there too, if one of Justinia's ships hadn't sailed so close. So, I kinda took it, and off I went. Cool, right? And then I came upon the Victory. Nice ship. The royal sailors walked the plank as well as you could hope for. And that's where I found the notes. Right there in the open. Next to the manifest. Let's see how quick I can be. Queen Justinia's ordered some dwarf named Lohar to ambush a ship called the Peacemaker and take its cargo. Whatever's on it, she's using it against the rebels. She calls it Operation Downfall. Pretty ominous, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, hoping to find this Lohar fellow and stop the Operation Downfall thing. And there you have it. Tangent-free. Mostly. Well, not mostly. A little. Okay, not at all. I'm no people person, but I've had a run-in or two with magisters before, and let me tell you, most of them couldn't pour water out of a boot. One way or another we'll slip past them. Just keep your head to the ground. You'll get more than an earful of dirt, I promise.
T'inquiète. Ok. Valse. Putain, attends, j'aimerais bien les causer stop.
Hey, Freshie! What you heard about a crate of stolen supplies? And don't you lie to me now. Just like everyone else. But don't worry. Nothing happens in this camp that Griff don't find out about sooner or later.
Pâte de poulet. Elle n'a aucune utilité à personne. Ouais, 60 boules quand même, quoi. Ça va. Hôtel du divin.
Ah, this Lucian everyone seems so interested in. I don't see it myself.
Tout à fait.
The shrine depicts Lucian the Divine, avatar of the 7 gods.
Parce que mon gars, en fait, il s'est réveillé, il s'est fait embarquer, et voilà, sachant que quand il s'est endormi, il n'y avait rien de tout ça, donc... C'est-à-dire qu'il est à peu près aussi paumé que moi, donc c'est cool. Ok.
A low, resonant vibration hums somewhere deep within you.
Merde, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait?
Your knees buckle. The hum grows louder. The world tilts and fades.
Ah!
Shrine, by the looks of it.
What? Qui c'est que ces conneries? Attends, c'est un point de passe... Ah, c'est du TP. Wow.
Hey, I know you.
Ah.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Ah putain, c'est le nana là.
I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were... you. Glad to see you made it. Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh?
Okay.
How'd you escape? Me too. Did you hear something? When you were in the water, I mean. I heard the same thing. Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock still, waxy skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks. Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Ouais.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable.
Titre. Pardon. Lui décocher un regard aigriard et lui demander si c'était bien une invitation à prendre vos aises. Ah, c'est magique ça. Oui. C'est drôle.
What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's because you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price.
On reste dans le titre là, je suis désolé. Hein.
Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
Genre de gîte 5 étoiles pour ectoplasme. Ouais, c'est bien ça. Donc. Combien ils sont à cohabiter dans sa tête actuellement? Ah, il y a des trucs géniaux là.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted. Ain't that just the truth? So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Ah, on peut lui demander de venir. Ah, c'est presque dommage, on peut avoir que 4 personnes. Parce que elle est cool aussi, elle est marrante en fait. Alors, elle est dangereuse, mais elle est marrante. Vous avez entendu dire que le logement en jeté, que vous avez voulu voir ça par vous-même. Oui. L'humour.
So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
Ah, ça me fait chier. Parce qu'autant elle est marrante, elle a un bon humour, un humour qui me plaît bien en fait. Ah. Alors techniquement ouais, j'aurais marqué une hésitation et tout, mais en fin de compte elle est marrante et tout, ça me fait chier. Allez, viens, on verra bien toute manière, on n'a pas encore trouvé le mec. Allez, go.
Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be?
Bah écoute, ce que tu fais de mieux. Ce que tu fais de mieux. Allez, go. Reste tel que t'es, même si t'as je sais pas combien de doubles à l'intérieur du dedans de toi, donc... Allez, roule ma poule.
Well, that was easier than I thought, and I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way. Well, duh. I'm sure that disguise will fool most people, but I'm a very sensitive and discerning soul.
Ok, elle est vraiment très fun. Le mec est juste à côté. Ah. Ah.
Fleshy folks aren't really alive anyway. Don't sweat it. Or whatever it is you do. Now, let's go.
Ah. Du pain.
This is not your business, long pig.
Merci.
Don't let this moss muncher talk to you like that. Especially a cheapskate like this one. Griff already knows she don't like to pay her fair share.
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Ah putain, bah si, ouais, si, effectivement, le mec est juste à côté, oui.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Okay.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment, before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you.
C'est qui, Griff?
Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp.
Et pourquoi il lui doit de l'argent?
Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection. No exceptions. Especially not for elves.
Alors, j'aime pas les elfes. C'est pas pour autant que je vais laisser passer ça.
Protection? I have neither.
Burrow looks you both up and down, sizing up your combined threat.
Je suis désolé, hein, je vais aider Ifan déjà. Pas pour l'elfe, pour Ifan.
Ah, get out of here. The both of you. You ain't worth a sweat on my brow anyhow.
Alors, je sais pas, mais j'ai un prince rouge qui fait 4 têtes de plus que toi, qui te mange la bite, qui te mange en entier sans problème au petit déjeuner. J'ai un nain vaguement affilié à la royauté aussi, qui te fout un coup de boule et tu finis eunuque. Et accessoirement qui te transforme en pierre. Et j'ai une nana qui chante très bien, qui a un rire démoniaque et qui héberge des entités démoniaques aussi. Avec un très gros bâton très lourd. Et puis moi je suis un seigneur nécron, qu'est-ce que tu veux faire? Genre vraiment. Et puis j'ai un chat. Et puis il y a un écureuil bizarre sur un squelette de chat aussi.
The elf smiles and bows to you in thanks.
Non mais je fais pas ça pour toi en fait.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us. There is a safe place.
Attends, hop, là, voilà. Oui, alors attends.
Ifan rolls his sleeves back down. He nods at you, the shadow of a smile on his lips.
Good work there. Good work. I can tell you've got chops. Say, you were on the ship here with me, weren't you?
Ouais.
He stretches out one rough hand to shake yours.
J'ai les mains moites. Non, 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 non.
He grips your hand tight as a vice and pauses. His fingertips feel your finger bones. His eyes narrow, but a moment later he shrugs and smiles.
Say, you don't look all that busy now that we're safely on dry land. I could use someone to watch my back, and it looks like you could use someone to watch yours.
Ouais!
I've just got a small errand to run, and then I'll be looking to get the hell out of here while I've still got a neck to collar. How about we stick together until we get out of this place?
Alors, en revanche, ton histoire de petite course, ça a l'air un peu... On est bien ici, soleil, mer, sable chaud, c'est la belle vie. Le taunt!
Funny boy. Stick around a while. That'll change.
No,
Two heads are better than one. And when push comes to shove, 4 fists are better than 2, right?
Ouais.
He grins, sharp teeth glittering in the midday sun.
So, before we hit the road, it's best if we decide battle strategies up front. Should keep more of our blood in. Survival's my main priority. I'll use every trick in the book to keep us alive. But if a wayfarer's not what you're after, I've got other skills.
Garde tes caracs de base, y a pas de souci.
Can do. Onwards.
He scans the horizon for threats with one green eye, then nods back at you.
Looks like you've got quite a busy little crew already. My instincts tell me to travel with a smaller pack. But if you happen to lose one, you know where I am.
Ah, très bien. Et machin. Ok. Et toi là-haut, Magistère Alice.
Bad luck.
Ok, qu'est-ce que tu vends? Qu'est-ce que... Oh, l'enfoiré, il a buté mon chat! Mais quel sac à merde! Oh, le glandouillou, quoi. Baston. Ouais, enfin, ils sont 4, je vais avoir tout le reste du camp sur la gueule derrière. C'est pas la bonne idée. C'est quoi, ça?
Leave me. Go.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ce truc d'obé? Dire de ne pas avoir peur, la mort n'est pas une fin en soi. Clairement. Hérétique. Mais non! Parlant de ce fléau qu'on appelle la mort humide, mais vous n'aviez jamais rencontré un cas aussi intéressant. Ok. L'empereur des chats. Bonk. Oh le bonk. Ah oui, non, mais c'est de la connerie infinie, ça, on est d'accord. Buter un chat parce qu'il est noir, c'est complètement débile.
She bends over double in a violent coughing fit. As it subsides, she dabs her mouth with her sleeve.
Mercy. I hope that it is. Can't stay here.
Ça marche.
Leave me. Go. You leave me be. Just leave.
Sérieux, quoi.
Hey. Hi.
Pour le groupe selon elle...
Easy. I'd say we get out of this place. Don't know how long they plan to keep us here, but I'd rather not find out.
Il faut qu'on cause.
Ooh, so serious. What's up? Well, I was giving this concert up on Overlook Hill. There was a great crowd. They were really feeling it. But I guess it was too good. I had me a little sauce flare-up. Everyone went a bit, I don't know, wild, rabid.
Okay.
I snapped out of it before anyone got hurt, but the Magisters caught me backstage afterwards.
Okay.
At least I went down doing what I loved. Of course I do. What's your poison? A man after my own heart. I've got one in the works right now, actually. Been writing it on a hand harp, but I could try it unaccompanied.
Losa sways to the left and claps twice, as though clearing the air. Her eyes flutter shut, lips set in a serene smile, and she starts moving to an inaudible rhythm. A faint hum moves with a rhythm low and clear. It sounds like a river, like a whistle, like nothing else.
Sorry, I'm rusty, I guess. From the top. You and me.
Ok, keep cool.
I can't.
Ça va?
It's nothing, it's... Nothing. Let's keep moving. The sooner I find a way to get this bloody thing out of my head, the better. How very sweet of you to notice. I know, it's weird. One of the many side effects of the visitor upstairs.
She drums on her forehead with 2 fingers, smile.
They used to be blue. Oh well.
She bats her eyelashes at you in an exaggerated flutter, then bursts out laughing and punches your arm.
Character. I like that. I'm gonna use that. If I can say nothing else for my current companion, at least I can say it gave me a bit of character. So what's it like, being alone in your head? People say that. Nope. This one doesn't talk to me. It talks through me. You'll know it when you see it.
J'avais cru comprendre, t'inquiète pas. T'as du loot. Seigneur Fanor et maudit.
Wither, this is my new friend. He's really smart. You'll like him a lot.
Oula.
Please, small child, leave me to my ruminations.
Oh, un mort.
But he's really nice and tall. Maybe he can even help you with that thing.
Why? A grown friend? You brought an adult here. Good. Good gods. Can it be? Ah, you're back. And you brought... But who is this?
Bonjour.
You, dead walker. Tell me true. Stand you with the source hunters, or do you serve the town of Brackus Rex?
La mort qui marche. Les tracks sources au service de Brackus Rex le tyran.
Never mind. It doesn't matter. No, no. It doesn't matter at all. Yours is the first living face I've seen in what feels like an eternity.
Je suis pas vivant en fait, hein, gamin.
It is a living face, isn't it? Ah, I see that perhaps it is not.
Voilà.
Still, yours is the first face I've seen in an eternity.
Pourquoi il est coincé ici? Bah parce qu'il a un peu une lance dans le corps.
Wicked king it was, Brackus Rex by name. The order of the Source Hunters discovered a great horror upon this prison isle, and I was sent to stop it. Yet my failure was absolute. I am not fit to bear the insignia of the Source Hunters any longer. Please, good sir, you must free me. Prise this spear from my chest, where it has been stuck fast for the last 1,000 years. Seize the spear. End this degradation.
Ok. Lance de Brackus Rex. Ok. Juste au cas où.
I've got it. Good sir. You've set my body free. Free to crumble to dust at last. But my spirit... Blast! I remain trapped in this mouldering skeleton yet.
Vous ne fait que croître.
Then you may be glad you've escaped the curse of Brackus Rex.
C'est-à-dire?
After he interred me in this cell, he must have drawn
putain,
my very
ok.
soul away from me and stored it elsewhere in the fort. Thus he has bound me entirely to the mundane realm.
Ok.
But I know this place well. I could lead you to its likely location. In turn, you would find a path straight out of this fort. My freedom for yours. What say you?
Go for it.
Marvelous, my friend. Marvelous. You'll first have to get inside the fort itself. There's a secret switch on a statue of the Seven in the courtyard. Surely you know it. The switch will open a hatch, and you'll be led into the prison's main floor. I suspect that within Brackus's phylactery room, you will find the container which ensnares my soul. He has likely disguised it well, but search there for another hidden switch. Brackus would have made me a supplicant, a slave to these walls. With your help, I'll die. At last. With dignity. Death without your soul is no death at all, my friend. I was fully briefed about this awful place before I came. My goal was to destroy the fiend who had been marshalling the world's most unwholesome weapons and magic into an army he intended to use against the realm. I never thought I would become one of his victims, and yet, here I am. Fort Joy is a dangerous place, my friend.
C'est pas la joie cet endroit.
Brackus used this place to build an arsenal of terrible weaponry as yet unseen in our world.
Genre les lance-pierres.
Here, he and his researchers crafted punishments and snares contrary to human dignity. Objects that could contain souls, wands that could purge the very essence and sorcerers. My order...
Ok. C'est intéressant. Qu'est-ce qu'elle a, ça, là?
As you approach the young elf, Losa suddenly grabs your arm. Her hand is damp. Her face looks pale and grey.
Ok.
Hey, listen, I don't know why, but I think I need to talk to this elf.
Ok.
You mind?
Ça va? Ça va?
She jerks her hand away.
I can't. I just need to talk to her, okay?
She turns towards Sahela. She darts over to the elf without responding. They begin talking in earnest, more quietly than you can overhear. Losa suddenly snatches up both the elf's hands and leans close to her. Her voice rises.
You have to tell me.
The whites of Losa's eyes fade to grey, then black.
Ah.
The colour runs into her veins, crisscrossing her skin like lightning. She keeps hold of Sahela's hand.
It rises in you even now, Losa. Do not let it. You must be strong.
Ah, il est aveugle, ok.
Be strong. Fight. Fight. You are okay. You are yours. No one else's.
Shut up. Let go. Let go. Let go. I don't want to hurt her. Don't make me.
Losa is rigid as a board, tense with the effort of holding Sahela's hands in tight, painful bunches.
Leave me alone. Leave me. I don't want to.
You are hurting me.
Losa's eyes are black. Sahela's fingers are white under her grasp.
Il va falloir qu'on
Let
intervienne.
me go. Please.
A sinister smile spreads across Losa's lips. She jerks the elf toward her.
Chatty, chatty elf. Chatty elf with all the answers. I wonder what your blood tastes like.
Losa, please. You must not defend her. She wakes if she is weakened. We must hurt her to protect her, you see?
I bet the elf blood tastes like honey, like nectar, like joy itself. Let's find out.
Merde!
You must weaken her to help her.
Alors attends, est-ce qu'il y a moyen de... Est-ce qu'il y a moyen de...
It is almost enough. A few more hits. She comes back to us when she is weaker.
Prepare yourself.
Ok. Froid apaisant. Très bien. Foutre un coup, hein, du coup.
Read the Reaper for me.
Ok.
I feel him, but I do not see him.
Qu'est-ce que quoi? Ok. Ça va?
Hey. Hi. Ooh, so serious. What's up? Okay, I don't.
Ah!
Look, just... I know it was bad, okay? I know. You don't have to tell me. I'm sorry, I just want to move on.
Ok.
The young girl's eyes are covered, but she turns towards you when you approach. She smiles as though she recognizes you, though she couldn't have seen your face.
Ok. Il faut que je file à quelqu'un.
Hello, stranger. A strange person from a strange time. I wonder, do you even know how lost you are?
I see it before my eyes.
It is not so bad. I know which days have bread and which days have none. I know more bread comes someday. It helps. Your life is not your own. Your life is for us all.
Non.
I cannot say more. You see someday.
Her eyebrows shoot up.
There can be a way. Amiro knows. But he is gone. Do you see him? He knows how to leave. My protector, my friend, an elf like me, with a spirit bright as new leaves. He tries to help me, to save me, and he suffers very much. He is caught by those who hurt him. I wish so much for his return. And he tells you what you seek, a way out. I know I can trust you. I see it before my eyes.
Mais non, t'es aveugle.
I see something that helps. I see a lizard. He is a lizard of many dreams, of far feeling. You do not free Amiro without him.
Ah.
Yes, please ask. Oh, I do not cover my eyes. I cover the place they used to be. They are gone now, taken, but I see all the same. He is a very blind man. He sees things but not truth, not love or joy. I feel very sorry for him. You understand when you meet him after you escape. It is safer here. We make no trouble for Griff. He makes no trouble for us.
Ouais, alors ça, je suis pas sûr que ça va durer très longtemps.
My home is far. Your language gives me some trouble. We elves... Time, for us, is now. There is not then and when. I knew we must be here. I am not sure how much to explain. You are here, and so we are here.
C'est complètement perché. Allez, je me casse. Toi.
Griff is slowly, methodically peeling the skin from a potato. As you approach, he looks up, setting the potato, but not the sharp little knife, down on the table.
What? Who's asking?
He smirks and holds the little knife up to the light, watching it glint.
I'm listening.
Alors, brute qui terrorise les habitants du camp. Bon, ça, il va mal le prendre. Faire affaire.
Sure, have a look. Good stuff, huh?
Alors, qu'est-ce qu'il...
Thugs. Look at it this way. People get lawless here, and we all starve.
He points the tip of his blade at the grisly sight of the elf hunched over, clutching his knees in the cage.
I solve my own problems. Oh, they'll cure you of your sauce. Nightshade will cure you of an headache too. A Myro. Bloody elves. I guess you mean the clown I caught stealing from my kitchen.
He's not going anywhere.
Pourquoi il est certain que c'est Amiro le coupable? Parce qu'il l'a chopé dedans, quoi.
Supplies. A crate of food, citrus in particular. He'll talk, or he'll die quiet. All I want is my supplies. Happy to let this clown die in a gutter instead of my kitchen. Bring back my crate, and you got yourself a deal.
Okay. Hilde!
You're a little light in your pack, ain't you, mate? Who could blame you with the garbage they got for sale round here? Why don't you take a gander at the goodies I got? Stuff you won't find anywhere else in camp. Procured by special means. Let's just say folks leave here, but they don't seem to take their effects. Maybe only the finest, you know.
Alors, ouais, on va voir qu'est-ce qu'elle... Oula. Quitter ses billets.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant. But
La beauté vous évoque un diamant finement taillé. Putain, c'est des elfes, bordel, ils sont hideux. C'est pas beau. Ils sont dégueulasses. Ça, on est jeté, je m'en fous.
Eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
Un lézard.
No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into one of your neck's vertebrae.
Enfin, je m'en fous, je suis mort. Donc...
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time, I'll let my needle do the licking. I see. It does so satisfy to have a purpose in life.
Et du coup, je m'en fous, en fait. Tu peux essayer de me transpercer le cerveau, j'en ai plus.
A pivot, and now you suddenly face her, the needle still all too deeply embedded in bone. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
Because it is my desire to question him intensely. As for the reason, you're staring at it. You see, once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here, to Fort Joy.
Okay.
I intend to raise the subject with him. No!
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you a needle feed. Your death will be slower, more painful, but fair enough, if you insist.
She removes the needle and draws her weapon.
Let's play.
Barjol. Barjol. coup là il y a un lézard qui lui faisait chier. Ah c'est lui, d'accord. Ok. Codard. Là du coup, j'ai dû causer pour voir.
Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know,
Ah oui,
I
bah
need
voilà.
a word with him. You may wait here while I speak.
Quoi, vous avez...
Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudenay leaves before slipping into a trance-like state.
Et attends, pourquoi le mien il
He
dégueule
falls
aussi
asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams.
Ils sont barjots.
The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer. You receive a withering glance in response.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this stingtail fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side. And they've visions of me on the throne. Of course it is. I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept.
Okay.
But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. A more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Drudenay.
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
Huh? What? But I was... It was... Please, tell me. Tell me. Why did you wake me? I was so close, so close. And you smell of burnt hair and barren dreams. But I had the good breeding not to mention it. They don't call us dreamers for nothing, I'm afraid. My purpose is to dream, and for that I need to sleep. Now, if you'll excuse me, oranges. Is that what he told you he's missing? Well, I suppose it's technically true.
What?
Though I'd guess Mr. Griff is more upset about the Drudenay than the citrus. The Drudenay Griff cleverly smuggles into the prison, of course, stuffed inside the oranges. You don't think he'd really be so mad over a little missing fruit, do you? No, it's not the oranges, but the dreams he's after. Same as I, though. I have the right, the responsibility. It may be hard for you to understand. My kind, we dream for the greater good. What we see can predict the truth, can even shape the truth. But we need Drudenay to do it. Before I was caught, before I was brought here, I saw a vision. The void woken, slain, divinity restored. But just as I was about to see how it happened, the Magisters beat down my door. This is my last chance to find out the secret, to find out how to save us all. So you see, I cannot give back the Drudenay, not only for myself, but for all of us. My dreams are my gift. They may be our salvation, too.
de la merde. Bon. Ok, réussi.
Lad, and it won't be long before he'll have it, with all his thugs lurking about. They'd stick me in my sleep if they knew.
Okay.
Fine, take the Drudene. I'll find more. Another way. Somehow, I have to. For all our sakes.
Orange de taille supérieure à la normale. Ok. Bon, il reste à trouver un joli petit compte pour pouvoir dire voilà, je l'ai trouvé. Je l'ai trouvé dans une caisse. Je l'ai trouvé dans une caisse. Je l'ai trouvé dans une caisse. J'ai trouvé dans une caisse. Je suis trouvé dans une caisse, je sais pas où.
If a magister finds this on you, you forget my
Perhaps it's
name.
those bleeding dwarves didn't eat so much.
Griff glances from his blade to you and back again. Griff tears into one of the oranges with both hands. Juice squirts through his hands as he desperately rips through the rind.
Looks like everything's accounted for. Now the important question. Who's the thief?
This Griff is nothing but a thug. Don't give up Stingtails so easily.
I don't want Stingtail's blood on my hands.
Griff would kill a fellow over petty theft. Giving up Stingtail is no better than murder.
On n'est pas prêt de le buter, hein.
I'm right chuffed to have my supplies back, so I'm gonna give you one last chance. Tell me who you found them on, or you're gonna have to answer to me, my knife, and each one of my people. And your little elf friend won't make it out alive neither. Oh, you must think I'm playing with you. I don't
Spécial réservé aux héros.
hand them over.
Bon, croyez que c'est un jeu? Eh ben écoute, oui.
Well done. Sometimes the best way from a situation is the simplest. You helped me. You saved me from a terrible man. But still...
Qu'est-ce que tu veux?
Still, there is more I ask of you. I know a way out of here, and this I tell you. Sahela, she is everything.
Polymath?
A ruler, a seer, a knower, a child. She kept it is for all our people.
Ouais, je m'en fous de ton elfe en fait. J'aime pas les elfes, faites-moi pas chier avec ça.
Give me your map. I show you the way out. A secret. Dangerous. But it leads to freedom.
J'aime pas les elfes dans le jeu. Les elfes en général, des fois je m'en fous. Des fois ça me dérange pas. Des fois j'y joue. Mais là, ils sont dégueulasses. Arrêtez.
I give you this amulet. You must pass it to the elves who still remain. Tell them Sahela is here. They will send help. Please. She is important.
Okay.
I go to her. I wish you good luck, and I thank you for us all.
Écoute, je filerai le machin à l'occasion, mais c'est tout. Moi, je m'en fous en fait de Shaela.
This is very good. Sahela is
Faut pas qu'elle meure ici. Ah, ce serait dommage. C'est cool.
Do not forget what I ask of you.
Ouais.
Sahela cannot stay here. She is too. I heal. We count on you still. To tell the elves who remain, the elves who roam, to bring them here. It is not devotion to Sahela, it is devotion to all, to the world. She is very special.
Mais genre, pourquoi elle peut pas simplement le noter ou le dire à ses proches?
The dead divine. She leads us back home.
Ok, bonne chance.
All of luck to you.
Ouais.
She breaks into a huge, childlike...
One friend brings another home. Thank you.
Je protégerai quelques... J'espère qu'ils viennent la secourir. Ouais.
Her face falls at the mention of her home. Her hands fly instinctively to her eyes.
My people. I miss them. But they cannot save me. It is not to be. We stay in Fort Joy. They stay elsewhere.
Ouais, alors c'est très con, en fait de me dire d'aller les chercher si c'est pour que l'autre elle me dise que non, il faut que ça reste comme ça. C'est très con là du coup. Bon, tu viens d'où?
Homeland is gone. Home is wherever my people are. My mother is amongst them. Tova, a great elf. I do not mind Fort Joy, but yes, it is a deep hurt. In my tribe, we say, the heart lives in the family cookpot.
Ok, allez,
She
salut.
squeezes your hand.
I do not forget you. Remember me too.
Ouais. Oh, attends, qu'est-ce qu'elle me file là? Gants d'écailles cousus magiques. Oh bah oui. Oh bah oui, ça m'intéresse ça. Chaussures de mage, non ça je m'en fous. Casque magique.
I know I trust them well.
Il y a trop de différences. Et là il y a 2 différences. Totem élémentaire. Ok. Et la flèche empoisonnée, 62 dedans. Oh non, les gants d'écailles. Les gants d'écailles. Ils sont bien là. Hop, à voter. Ok, non mais les flèches je m'en fous. Hop. Alors, gants d'écailles. Gants d'écailles magiques. Toi tu vas prendre les gants d'écailles normaux. Toi tu vas prendre les gants de cuir. Ah bah non, t'as les mêmes. Merde. Tu as mis des bottes? Non. Les gants de mage. Ouais, bah ça ira très bien comme ça. Les gants d'écailles, ils vont partir à la vente. Du coup, Rula, t'as de la thune ou pas? T'as 15 balles? Non, t'as pas 15 balles, merde.
Your kind I handle, but small ones.
Il y a tant d'enfants à Fort-Joie. Elle parle de tous ces gens en miniature que vous voyez un peu partout. J'ai pas besoin de quelqu'un. Va te faire foutre, j'essaie de faire de l'humour, pétasse.
You are her salvation.
Ah putain. Ah non mais viens. Vends-moi des trucs, bordel, fais-moi pas chier. Ce bordel. Bonjour. Tola l'épineuse.
You come to fight. You come to prove yourself. You come to be worthy. There can be only one, and you have that one chance.
She scoffs.
Pour créer des maps qui n'étaient pas illustrées pour le prochain livre. Ok. Ah, tu l'as pris du coup. Mais c'est quoi l'unique en fait
The one does not ask such a question.
Je m'en fous alors. Qu'est-ce que tu veux que j'en ai quelque chose à battre?
His head left, then right. His eyes squint and his brows rise as if lifted by an unseen fishhook.
Okay.
Marcus Miles?
Ah.
Beast glances at you and mutters.
Best let me handle this.
Okay,
That's Beast nowadays, friend. That other name, long left that behind, I did.
Right, sorry. Just hard not to see you as that wild-eyed troublemaker you used to be. It's been, what, over a decade, yeah?
Okay.
Longer than that. Too bad I'm cooped up here. Things are looking grim out there. Justinia's planning something big.
j'ai froid, bordel.
Bigger than what she's already managed. Say a single word against her, and a royal copper will throw you in a dank cell or carve the royal insignia on your throat. Unless you've got a handful of coin to donate to the kingdom, of course. You're going to need to blow this popweed stand if you want to stop her, but maybe this'll help, eh?
Aha!
Nab the key off that Kraus fella up above. Not the brightest of the magisters. Would stick his head in a pig's arse and call it a hat. Reckon it unlocks one of the doors to the prison. Though, not sure which. I tell you to take care of crossing the Divine Order, but from what I hear, you can handle yourself just fine against Alexander's flunkies.
Word gets around, does it? Well, I appreciate the help. I won't forget it.
Ok. Et toi, Mia la fidèle.
She sizes you up as you approach. Her eyes narrow.
You've yet to experience the joy and pain of true combat, Halsey.
Si tu veux.
Not much, I wager. Should you wish to ascend as the one,
Ouais, enfin, je m'en fous d'être unique. Va chier, bordel. Putain.
Yet I see potential in you. You have a reason to fight. You could go far. The spirit of the one is everywhere. It exists beyond us, yet will someday live in one of us. This is how we worship.
Ah, ben voilà, c'est une secte. Ok.
A brutal warrior will ascend. We'll celebrate this hero as the one.
C'est cool. Qu'est-ce que tu vends du coup? Rien d'utile. Bon, bah écoute, ça va aller vite. Allez.
You'll return. This, I know.
A deep grumble emerges from him, as if from an endless cavern. Your
Well, get a load of you.
Ivor le Vaste.
I'll give you that. But I reckon I could squash you like a bug with just my left thumb.
Complimenté sur sa voix sonore.
First time I spoke, Mama ran through the streets crying, "Demon!" Poor thing, shook her to the core. Sounded like a living hellspawn has its advantages, though. I can make a man shit his pants just by saying boo. Ain't much to tell. The old lady figured she might as well teach her spawn everything she knew. Thanks to her, I know which end of the sword to hold before I start swinging.
Lol.
Didn't know about the sauce in me until it was too late. Rushed out of me like some kind of flaming wind. Was nothing left of her to bury but a handful of black ash.
Eh ben putain.
It's a fighting arena. A temple of sorts, too. You step into it when it's your turn and take whacks or whatever comes barreling towards you. Glad I found it. Spent half my life ripping apart men and mages, sometimes for pay, and sometimes
Du fil et une pince. Ok. Allez,
He bids you
bonne journée.
goodbye with a word.
Sep le resplendissant.
Old man looks you up and down and smiles.
Will you fight?
Non.
Perhaps not. But at times it is best to conquer that which repulses us.
Oui. Très bien. Ok. Bon, bah, on se casse. Hein. Tout ça pour ça. Ok. Ah, non, il y a du loot. Ok, il y a du loot.
You peer at the statue, and you recognize her. You knew her before you were entombed. How strange that such an old face should face you now. The droplet burns both hot and cold, and yet you feel no pain. You step towards the flow, desiring more, wanting desperately for it to take you, and darkness envelops you.
Oh merde. Ok, du TP. Magnifique.
Get that girl and her head sucker out of here.
De quoi?
I guess he's talking about you?
Let's just see about that. Hey, loudmouth. What gives?
I'm trying to relax here, aren't I? Whatever's going on with you and your passenger, I don't really need it in my vicinity.
You can see it.
See? Nay. Sense? Good gods, yes.
Okay.
You're a mystic too.
Mystic? Ha! Used to be a sort of demonologist, though. Was learning the arts, at least. Never did have much of a knack for it, to be honest.
Okay.
Studied under a real maestro, though. This and that, too. Doubt it.
Ah,
Exorcism's a tier 3 skill. I was only halfway through tier 1 when I got thrown in here.
Ah merde.
Come on, make yourself useful. There's got to be something you can do.
Well, I might be able to tell you exactly what's inside you. Might be any number of things. A ghost, a floater, a lucid dreamer who took a wrong turn somewheres. Let me try something.
He places a thumb on each of Losa's temples and one foot gently on hers.
Qu'est-ce qu'il fait?
Now, let's see.
Oula. Ok.
Holy, holy, holy. You ought to thank your lucky stars. That thing hasn't turned you into a meat puppet by now.
Crick on a cracker.
You need help. Serious help.
Don't I know it?
Do me a favour. Get out of here and hie ye to the north of Driftwood. My old master was hot on the heels of something there.
Driftwood, Old Master, Hot Hills. Got it.
I don't dare say it now. Not while her guest is listening. Don't you worry. With something like that inside you, Loser, he'll either come to you, or you'll be drawn to him soon enough.
Ok. Faut lui causer ou pas?
Help me! Help me! They'll come. They'll come. God, there is no leaving. Don't you know what's outside the fort? I tried to leave. I heard of a shelter in the hollow marshes, a place where sorcerers could go. The undead had their hands on me in 5 minutes. Shredding, tearing. I came limping back and now...
Tu peux pas te...
Help me! I'm not trying to escape.
Et si c'est lui qui te cause?
Who are you? Who are you? Get out of here! Where are the guards? All right, I just... They do terrible things here. If they think for a second I'm trying to escape again, they'll do to not seen, heard. There's a man over there. They tortured him, questioned him. Seekers, something about Godwoken. He didn't know anything, but they didn't care. I heard his screams. I heard something eating him from the inside. No.
Ok. Très bien.
It can't happen to me. It can't. Outside the bones are gnashing. In here the magisters are cutting, slicing, grinding, smashing. What to do? What to do? Poor thing. Poor fool. I hope it's an easy death then. Decapitation. Yes, I do wish that for you. No, take care. Take care.
Ok. Sacrée couche, hein. Ah bon, on continue à explorer. Il y a du loot. J'espère. Putain que dalle.
Fasten tight.
Muffled sounds suggest that this scuffed old door leads up to the fort's main floor. It's bound to be crawling with magisters.
Whatever lies ahead, it has been a pleasure traveling together.
The more the merrier. It's been too long since my last bloodbath.
We've come this far.
On va pas y aller maintenant.
The elf's skin is pale as a corpse's, but his face contorts with inscrutable emotion. Joy, horror, and rapture flash over him like the changing surface of a pond. His eyes lock onto yours.
It's you!
Quoi?
Surprisingly, the elf musters a sober frown of indignation.
The pain is great, but my senses aren't gone. Not yet. I'm not the last. The bishop doesn't count. No, he doesn't count. I'm done for, but you, there's still hope. You'll know. They'll find you. They'll seek you out. That's their job. Get it? Yes, yes, of course you do.
Fuck.
You need to go. Dallas, after she took me, she did something. My head, I feel like someone's rummaged their finger. Oh, love, I'm wrecked. Can't go. Couldn't move my feet. As likely to stab you in the neck as shake your hand.
He giggles coquettishly, then bellows like a bear.
Leave!
Okay.
I knew a man named Ollie, and he was all...
Ok. Bonjour.
Sorcerer, what do you think you're doing, prowling around inside the fort? Don't think so. You broke the rules by coming down here, buck. Divine's rules. Huh? Traitors get what comes to them. Same as sorcerers overstepping their bounds. You make a fine feed for my hounds, though.
Ah putain, y'a que lui qui peut parler, merde.
Of course. Of course. They remove all the source from within. The husk that remains is left empty, soulless, easily controlled. They beat me for helping sorcerers. Children. We were trying to help them escape. I joined this order to serve the divine. He would never accept this torture. It is slavery. I serve the divine, not his son. I'm no fool, but his legacy is alive in all of us who long for justice. We can't have that while his relics are being used against civilians. There's a boat that can take you into the dunes beyond. 2 associates of mine run it. I can show you where. But they'll kill you on sight if you don't know the proper password. Heal me, and I'll gladly tell you. I feel it at work upon me already. Thank you, my friend. That is what separates you from the Divine Order. There is a waterway, a boat. hand me a map. It isn't far. You'll meet some associates of mine. Tell them Madame Zur sent you, and they'll let you pass. No, I imagine not. She's the headmistress of an orphanage in the far north. She keeps sorcerer children safe from the Divine Order. I can think of no nobler soul in all the realm. With her help, we've saved countless children from Dallas and Alexander, and we aim to save many more.
Enough to matter, not enough to stage a coup. The Voidwoken have people terrified, not only for their lives, but for the very air they breathe, the sun that shines upon them.
Dallas and Alexander offer a solution. People need solutions at a time like this, no matter the consequences. Some people, anyway. You've given me a second life. I won't soon squander it, or forget what you've done. Thank you. I'm healed.
Holy hellhounds. Those dogs sound out for blood.
Dust bunny! This rat.
The creature before you stares with sightless eyes and leans from side to side, like a puppet without strings.
That's an abomination, is what it is. I can't stop staring at it.
Ain't this creature's fault someone stole its mind? Poor thing.
But it's kind of fascinating, isn't it?
Can't be it.
Rat!
You sense a great whirl of energy within the jar.
Perception pour la statue. Ah, d'accord. J'ai des problèmes de côte toute la journée au boulot. Ah merde!
From its depths, a faint voice howls. This must be the container that holds Lord...
Withermore held his end of the bargain. We should hold ours.
Oh ouais, complètement.
It would be cruel to keep a man's soul when we could easily free it.
Does our word mean nothing? Destroy the jar.
The jar smashes to smithereens on the floor.
Oh, hi! Oh, you! Oh, hi! Are you here for the pointy lock undoer?
Huh?
This place? Well, the fleas seem very happy, at the very least. Oi! You're very much back. Oh, good. That's for you, then. Bye-bye, flea scratcher my bob.
Ok. Très bien, très bien, très bien. Donc on a une nana qui parle au rat. C'est... On embarque ce qui traîne. Tableau d'Alexander. Merde. Avec un fusil pour les armes physiques. Putain, on peut pas l'embarquer ça, merde. Viens lui causer, toi.
A dog is quietly curled in the corner of the cage, seemingly trying to make itself as small as possible.
Please, don't hurt me.
Piaf, Edith Piaf.
But I might hurt you. You smell like what they feed me. They changed me. They made me want to hurt people.
A low growl. The dog starts to salivate and lick his chops. His eyes go hard and cold. Suddenly, he seems to remember himself and whines.
They did something to me. They made me want to hurt people. People who smell like you. I don't want to hurt anyone. I don't want to hurt anybody.
Ok. Trice. Marigold?
You again, mister. I don't like it down here. Don't like it at all. A bad man found me on the beach and brought me here. I slipped away as soon as we got here. I just want to get out. The noises out there. Please help me get out. I just want to go to the beach and play with my shells again. But that grate is too heavy for me.
La grille qui est là. Ok.
You take a deep breath. You have escaped Fort Joy at last.
How lovely. I could really do with a banquet right about now. No one amongst you is a gourmet chef by any chance.
That's us one step closer to freedom. Listen, you can hear the sea calling.
Out of the prison camp into the bog. You watch my back, I'll watch yours.
Ça va. Le temps 2. Moi je m'en fous. De gueule. Essence d'ombre.
A severed head sits rotting on a stick. The last vestige of an ear juts from above its too prominent jawline. A fly buzzes about its nose. Its eyes open. It looks at you. When it speaks, it struggles to move its impaled jaw.
Okay.
Who you are? Hear this. Don't own the chest. Don't own the chest. Whatever you do, don't own the chest. Hell, just don't open the chest. That'll help. Also, you look like a good sort. Could you scratch our eyes?
The severed undead head looks at you with puppy dog. You lean across and scratch the dead head's nose. Skin sloughs from the nose onto your finger. You shake it off. It won't come off. Pretending to pat the man's head, you wipe your finger in his hair.
Thanks very much. That's better. Much better. That doesn't mean you can open the chest. 'Cause you can't. Not sure. Think it's something to do the old ones and some kind of Orius. Guarantee is what I aim to say. Don't know the other side. I can't move my head. Just don't know in the chest. That's all I care about. Same old story. Usual story. Hey, there you stake of being a good and proper worker. I was a professional. Lost my head for it. Oh, as it turns out, lost my body. We were haze builders. We built hazes. We constructed labyrinths. Ruckus Rex himself said that one of the gargoyles was the last haze ever. Right before we cut off our heads. Oh no. Oh no you don't. The Master Haze Elder doesn't give away the king's secrets. I list. I seal. I list. I'll say nothing, is what I ain't.
Ouvrez le coiffe.
Aren't you? Several of my cousins survived the family bloodbath. Asuka. Slaughter. So he's not all evil.
Huh?
We are after these orders. We construct the finest labyrinth.
The head closes its eyes. The conversation is over.
Back away from the chest. All we're saying is don't open the chest, or bad things will happen. Exploding things. We all at the say to you, do we? One head's as good as another, is it? Well, that's just lovely. Hope you're ashamed of yourself. Now don't make things worse. Don't open the chest. If you open the chest, bad things will happen. Not nice things. Bad things. Little bones, plants, the flora all around us, I mean to say. It'll go off.
The head's eyes widen in horror.
You wouldn't kill perfectly innocent heads like us to see what's in a chest, would you? There's no honor anymore. None at all.
The head closes its eyes. The conversation...
It's a cradle. I don't own the chest.
Du macabé de partout.
Son! Just these arrows. Get lost.
Est-ce que je pourrais pas les retirer
Bloodied
de là?
and sad, a severed head sits on its stick. Its eyes snap open and dart from you to the nearest knock.
Open the chest there. Go on. You know you want to. Open the chest. There's loot in it. Open the chest. Just open the chest. Good things happen. Very good things.
He gives you a look that says, really? You went with that? He rolls his eyes.
Dire que cela vous fait de la peine de le laisser là après qu'il s'est investi corps et âme dans votre discussion. Son regard se charge de mépris. Lui dire que vous devez vous en aller, lui demander s'il a l'intention de vous suivre ou s'il préfère rester planté là comme un piquet. Les enfoirés.
He grits his teeth in anger.
Il grince des dents, manifestement en colère. Lui demander s'il va bien, il a l'air d'avoir mal à la tête.
His look now
Chargé d'une haine indicible. Dire qu'il ne faut pas qu'il le prenne mal, surtout que vous aimeriez vous quitter, bon ami. Il accepterait peut-être de vous serrer la main.
His eyes dart around, from grass to tree, tree to sky, back to grass. He's pretending you aren't there.
Vous avez conscience que vous l'avez offensé, puis vous excusez en expliquant que lorsque vous plaisantez, c'est un signe de nervosité chez vous, et ajoutez que si ça lui plaît pas, il n'a qu'à se boucher les
The severed
oreilles.
head closes its eyes, pretends it's dead. You grin to yourself and turn away.
Ah, c'est génial.
Go on, open the chest. Please.
Lol. Je suis curieux. Je suis curieux. Qu'est-ce qu'il y a dans ce putain de coffre? Oh mais ce merdier intergalactique. Oh, ça continue de péter en plus. Extérieur qui a marqué dans un instant. Une belle ceinture et de l'or. Alors, lol. Sans que ils écrivaient ça. Ah mais ils ont dû s'éclater les mecs. Alors. LOL. Allez, cavale gamin. Tagazok. C'est absolument n'importe quoi. Allez, on groupir. J'attaque, je vais l'air con. Putain, empoisonnement, électricité, feu. Aïe. Trace. On y va, on y va, on y va, on y va, on y va. Merde, c'est par là. Ah! Oula, 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 qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Oh. Ok, alors attends. Normal. Ouf. Alors moi ça me gêne pas, ça me régène même. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette merde? Créature du néant, gros gros. Qu'est-ce que c'est que cette vacherie? Il joue deux fois en fait. Hein. Ah et moi il m'a fait passer mon tour. Ah non mais si je peux pas jouer, écoute, je vais même pas réfléchir. Hein.
You hear a dry cackle from the platform above. Turning, you see a rickety corpse staring down at you.
New bones clattering around the mire. Our master will be pleased. So few look for trouble, and yet so many stumble across it. But you are no simple traveler. I can see the god's mark upon you, and my master...
Okay.
The hooded man exudes a restrained menace that near matches your own. As he raises his head, the hood falls back, revealing the gleaming bone visage of an undead.
Ah, one of my own kind. Be not frightened of me, brother. There's far worse than my bite in this quagmire. Though I see you hiding behind a mask. You ashamed of who you are?
He laughs, a dark and crackling sound that seems to make the ground vibrate underneath you.
Around here? You'll be lucky to last a day, regardless of your personal feelings. But maybe I can help you out. If you've the coin. Trinkets and wonders I have here in my pack. For the smallest of costs, I'll tell you. Barely a trifle. Oh yes, that I do. Some older than even this isle upon which we stand. Trinkets from ancient humans, relics from fossilized dwarves, and what have you. What? You expect me to be carting Maxo's own staff around?
He stares at you silently for a long moment, then gathers his cloak tighter around himself.
Qu'est-ce qu'il vend avant de me faire baiser? Je demande à mon pote de lui parler. Pour fouiller, c'est ça quoi. Ah ouais.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about. Not even a little bit.
With a horrific rasp of bone scraping against bone, he bows low before you.
Call me Zalaskar. Naught else concerning me is yours to ask. My business is my own, and none of it yours.
Zalaskar chuckles unpleasantly.
For those with a strong enough will, there is always a way. You look like one to know already. There's sauce in you. I can smell it, I can feel it clinging to every dusty bone of your cadaver. There's ones like you close by, the Seekers. I came here with them, but Magisters sank their ship. Sorcerers, like yourself, seek them out and you might find what it is that they seek. The ones that live still, cowering in some shrine in the depths of the swamp, twiddling their bleeding thumbs. If you're lucky, maybe you'll find them before something else finds you.
He spits something dark and viscous onto the earth. You notice the little horror wriggling deep into the soil.
If the little Seekers manage to steal the Magister's ship, the Lady Vengeance, maybe I'll find a way on board. Worry not about me. I have my methods. Worry for your own self. I only stock the best baubles, the choicest curios. Take a look, precious wares, are they not?
Je me suis fait niquer, bordel.
Master! Master, wake up! Master, wake up! Bones! Attack bones! Then sorcerer! Flash! She ran! Bones gone! Master, sleep! Wake up soon! He might! Might? Yes!
The dog's tail wags frantically.
Yeah! Yeah! Yes! True! Master! 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 Wake up!
Parce qu'on envie de la plaindre.
My lord, I've loved you. I've obeyed you. What's my sin? How long must I suffer?
C'est l'autre pétasse qui m'a
She
foutu le
sees
bordel
you
sur le bateau.
approach and punches her fist in your direction. Her face flushes red. It's her, the one that destroyed the ship to Fort Joy. The one that stole your mask. She wavers for a moment, and you see a flash of recognition in her pained eyes.
You. It is you, isn't it? You can hide that skull all you want, but I see you.
You're the one who crafted this unholy contraption.
C'est toi qui me l'as fauché, vieille cruche. Va.
This mask are long lost, but you craft them anew.
Recréer? Non, non, c'est à moi.
Who are you? What are you? My, what a specimen. It will almost be a shame to destroy such an ancient relic. The one true God, the God King of all divinity, the one that will see those 7 impostors put in their place. Not that you will live to see it.
She turns her head to the heavens once more.
I offer this sacrifice to you. Return me to your side. Make me whole.
Oh putain! Ah oui, d'accord, elle attaque sévère la vieille. Ok. Oh écoute, ça va être simple, hein. Mi-jour. Bouc. Le serveur ne répond pas. Bien, non, c'est bon. Bonk. Bim. Renforcement sur tout le monde. Et salut, maybe I look out of this window. Bienvenue à toi sur le stream. Alors, du coup, tu vas... Pas l'air d'aimer la vieille.
Looking for me. But who is it? And why?
Alors ça va? T'es calmé? Du loot.
My false faces. Not as fair as my true visage, but better than being...
Tu peux lui causer, s'il te plaît?
Can you feel it, human?
Le soleil, vous sentez la lumière pénètre chaque saison de
You
votre cœur.
sense much, but you aren't attuned to the sin that pervades this place. Ashes and bone litter the island, but where death comes, life rises. Tell me, do you like roses? It's strange how a simple bloom can mean so much. I think you would appreciate the blackest of roses. Look deep in the earth to the southeast, where the revolting seeds the rapturous. A dark figure wanders there. She understands these roses, why they take root. Allow the figure within to guide you, traveler. Now go, follow the wind.
Ok. Toi. Bonjour.
Stop right there, sorcerer. Friend or foe?
She searches for treachery in the shadows veiling your face. Doesn't seem to find it.
All right then, you can pass. But I suggest you don't. I suggest you turn around and head another direction entirely. The Magisters of a Shrieker up there. It killed my friend. May have killed that Magister too. I wouldn't tangle with it alone. Fact, I wouldn't tangle with it at all. A sorcerer, crucified and tortured. See for yourself, if you're that interested. But don't get too close, if you like living.
She gives you a long look.
Well then, if we're going to be friends, let me mark your map. See this place? There are others hiding there. You should join them. You're welcome. Once Gareth emerges from the keep there, he and I will join you directly. He may be interested in you. Me? Not so much. We few Seeker survivors fled there. It's safe enough for now. You'll find something of a wealth. We seek sorcerers with special talents and see if we can keep them alive. In that spirit, I suggest you find somewhere else to be. Then you can talk to Gareth about them, if he's still alive. Or Malady, if she's still alive. They'll be able to tell you what's what. If you're...
She turns her attention back along the path. You are dismissed.
Alors, voyons voir. Toujours bon à prendre. Tu vas te lever très souvent. Lol. Ok. Viande de lapin cru, c'est un écureuil, mec. Tu te fous pas un peu de ma gueule?
I'm guessing that's one of those shriekers.
Embrace me. Don't fight. Let go. Rest at last.
6666.
Don't fight. Let go. Rest at last. Fine. Embrace me.
Your courage in the face of danger is inspiring, my friend. Lucian guided your blows rightly.
His eyes travel from your face to your feet, then back again.
You're no magister, judging from that collar around your neck. How'd you come to be here?
Faites que vous promenez.
Name's Gareth. I'm a seeker, and I can help you.
Merde, j'ai plus rien à boire.
It's right there in the name, is it not? We seek. And currently, I seek a way off this island.
Très bien.
A wise choice, sorcerer. I'll mark a safe place on your map.
His eyes scan the horizon and then settle on yours. A moment passes.
I can't stay. You shouldn't either.
What did Lucien say? Ah yes, evil feasts on the indolent. Get yourself to safety, and soon. You'll always have a place at the Seeker's table.
Parfait. Alors, on va voir piétinement guerrier, provocation, tourbillon. Ok, et on va faire la sauvegarde et on s'occupera de ça la prochaine fois. Du coup, je vous dis la bonne nuit et à demain pour du JDR Pathfinder avec Greldic et le reste de la compagnie. Voilà, des poutous, la bonne nuit et à demain. Que le rhum soit avec vous. Oui. J'ai trop mal à la gorge en fait.